as a way to create an environment, a milieu, an atmosphere that was conducive for receiving dreams from Asclepius. But the idea is to honor and respect the way you sleep and dream. It's incredibly interesting to me. Prior to really to the Dark Ages, literally in this case, the historical Dark Ages, prior to that time, the archetype I use is the healing temples of Asclepius. This is the Greek god, the physician of healing. In a very interesting way, when people wanted to receive a dream from the divine physician, they would enter these healing temples in Greece. They would go through a host of ritual purification practices, meditation, cleansing, as a way to create an environment, a milieu, an atmosphere that was conducive for receiving dreams from Asclepius. And then they would either interpret it directly because it would be so clear, or temple interpreters would help people understand what the dream was bringing about. And if you like, we can talk about this sort of thing, dream incubation, ways to work with the mind as a way to cultivate guidance, insight overtly through dream incubation, which goes back thousands of years in multiple traditions. But what really interestingly happened with the advent of the Dark Ages and some not so gracious church fathers started to demonize the dream. And we're essentially evicted, my languaging, we're eventually thrown out of the Temple of Sleep. And so I'm drafting a particular book, the third in my trilogy now, called The Lost Temple of Sleep, Integral Dream Yoga and the Path of Awakening, which is a way that we can each individually in our own way do our own temple reconstruction project every night when we go to sleep. And these sleep hygiene projects are part of that, to create an atmosphere of respect, honor, and even sanctity for the mind that is cultivated and eventually even released in the nocturnal arena, as a way, in fact, to engage in these types of meditations. So I'll be saying a little bit more about that later, but the idea is the more you respect your sleep, the more you respect your dreams, the more you honor your dream state. You know, we have such a dismissive relationship to the dream state, right? We say, oh, that's just a dream. I mean, that's a pejorative comment. And so it's unfortunately indicative of the way we in the West tend to dismiss these states of consciousness that fundamentally ego cannot fully experience. This has to do with a type of hubris, a type of wake centricity that ego, this particular level of development, has towards states of consciousness it can't fully experience, like sleep and dream. And so I'll talk in a minute about dream yoga, which is maintaining complete lucidity in the dream state. Sleep yoga, as unbelievable as it may appear, I'll mention more about this in a bit, maintaining complete lucidity in the deep dreamless state. Well, one of the biggest reasons that we in the West don't have access to these refined states of consciousness, which, by the way, in Eastern philosophical traditions, these are causative states of awareness, consciousness. This is where reality actually arises from in Eastern philosophical traditions. So in a very real way, the West has it completely backwards. This kind of wake centricity, that the only way we can explore mind, meditate, the only way we can know reality is through the waking state. Who says? Aristotle, the Greeks. And so Eastern philosophy, Eastern spiritual traditions draw on all three states, waking, dreaming, and deep dreamless sleep, to understand the nature of mind and reality.